Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. We're going to be building my 5-speed transmission today. To include, we went with Syncrotech carbon synchros as well as an MFactory LSD. For the transmission, it is an EP3 5-speed transmission. Mike will talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Here are the parts right here. Got that EP3 trans, Syncrotech carbon synchros, and our MFactory LSD. So, super excited to see this, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Send it right over to Mike.
All right, guys, we're gonna rebuild Nick's EP3 trans. We got all the tools right here, all the synchros, the bearings, and seal kit, and Speed Factory LSD. First thing you want to do, obviously, make sure there's no oil in the trans. Remove this top bolt right here. It's a 14mm Allen. I went ahead and broke it loose, but normally you want to use either a breaker bar, or if you have a trusty Milwaukee half-inch impact, that makes it easier. So pop that off. Next thing you want to do is take off the shift selector, which is over here. The size right here is a 5/16 Allen. Perfect. Next are 4 10mm bolts right here. And these, they don't just pop out just like that. There is silicone right here. So what you want to do is get a pry bar. You put it right in here. And just get a, just like that.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Sometimes. You'll see, I spoke to someone.
Yep, I did. That's my fault.
So just get a flat tip screwdriver, just pry it out. Good silicone.
It's doing its job, right?
Doing its job. And this is your 5-speed shift selector for an 02 to 05 RSX. Now you can also use the same one, the 5-speed one, for a 6-speed. All you do is you change the piece right here. But that's going to be for a different video.
Sounds good.
Next thing,
selector.
is to get all the 12s surrounding the trans. This is the shifter cable bracket. This is a fancy one. The stock one is bronze and it looks kind of ugly. That one's nice and fancy. Ooh, washer. One to 12. And there's a 14mm right here. Now, when putting this one back in, the reverse sprocket has a shaft with threads. We'll get into that at the end, towards the end of this. Very important for this bolt. Don't lose the washer. Very, very important. Okay, now that you have all the bolts off, get your pry bar. Now there is a spring up here, if you want to look, right in here. There's that spring right there. You're gonna use needle nose pliers to open it as you pry, but first things first, you get your pry bar and you go to right here on the trans. Just give it a good Once you hear that sound, pry open the spring.
Boom, there it is.
Once again, that Honda bond, strong.
Yeah.
That stuff is really strong.
Last thing you want is that transmission fluid leaking out.
Exactly. So what I like to do is after you pry it, put a screwdriver here to hold it. Get your inner nose, go up top, open up that spring, and the stack will usually drop. And that's already dropped. So now we just put in our pry bar, pry up, get your other screwdriver, go on the other side, wherever there's an opening, and it's off.
Ta-da.
Okay.
It's close. She gonna make you work for it.
She's making me
She
work.
gonna make you work for it. Yep, there we go. Wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't hard. All right.
Now this is the windage tray, or the oil baffle. Very, very important piece. You need to put this back in. So what happens is, this catches the oil. Oil leaks through right here and keeps the syncros and bearings, everything lubricated. You don't have this, your transmission will seize up. All this black stuff in here is just old oil. Whoever had this before probably ran it on motor oil. You can run it on motor oil. It's not ideal. You want to run actual Honda MTF.
A little more expensive, but gonna prolong your parts, you know?
Exactly. So this is the reverse sprocket right here. So you're gonna pull this up, pops out. Next thing you want to do is remove the selectors, only 10 millimeters. So we're gonna do this one first. Get yourself an extension, deep 10. Electric ratchet. See if these will come loose. And when putting these back on, they don't have to be Hercules tight. You don't want to over tight them because this is aluminum casing. You can strip them very, very, very easily.
So snug but not tight.
Yes.
It's like that little ratchet's strong, but if that got them off without you having to wrench on them a little bit, they weren't super tight. And that piece is...
Want to keep these bolts together with it. And next thing you want to get is your magnet. Just get some pliers. Most of the time you can just grab it with your hands. But all that is just old metal shavings, because I mean, you know, when a transmission is used, there is copper shavings that come out. Don't worry about it. But if you see big chunks of metal, that's when you got problems.
So this magnet is what it
catches
all that potential shavings and debris. Okay, I did that.
You clean it with brake parts cleaner.
And we can reuse it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, but definitely some small shavings, which is probably going to happen in any transmission, I would think.
So at this point now, we already took off everything else. To remove the stacks, get your bear claws, grab it. And there you go. You give it a shake. You grab it like your true love and shake it. These are the shifter forks. This one is for first and second. third and fourth, fifth and reverse. And with those, before you reinstall, you want to inspect, check right here for any cracks. This one being for the third and fourth, always cracks right there at the bottom, because when you're slamming gears, most of the time, third and fourth is when you're getting the most damage.
Looks pretty good though.
Yeah, this one looks fine. It's gonna get cleaned. You also want to inspect right here, because this sits right in there. So you want to check for any burnt spots, any indentations, anything that can cause damage on the slide gear. Alright. Now you have these the shims here. Don't lose them. You need these. These sit right here. Put those aside. So, the stacks. This is the input shaft. Because right here, the input shaft, because your input shaft bearing right here, and this is the piece that goes inside your clutch. This is your counter shaft. This right here holds your first and second gear. You want to check how it spins. Now for this stack, this has to get pressed off with a press. Well, we do have a press here. So first we're gonna do is this side, because this is the easier side. Then we'll move along inside and get to this one. What you use up top will be a 12mm Allen. This right here is not just a washer, it's a bolt. Now this is reverse thread. So when you're taking this off, it's righty loosey, lefty tighty.
That's good information.
Yeah.
That's
very important.
Someone like me who didn't know that, I'd be like, why won't this loosen?
Yeah.
And you're tightening the hell out of it, huh?
Tightening the hell out of it. So remember, righty loosey, lefty tighty. Only on this.
And that is the counter shaft, correct?
Shaft.
Okay.
It's a 12mm Allen.
Perfect.
So we're gonna put this aside. We're gonna get the stack. And we also are gonna be replacing all the bearings and seals in the other casing, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So first things first, remove the bearing. You can use a flat tip screwdriver. Just pry it up. There we go.
There she is. Cool.
How I do it, whenever I rebuild the trans, how I first learned, it's like a puzzle. So each piece that you take off, you want to make sure it's in order. Like this piece was on top, that goes right there. This piece was under it. Now this is the spacer. Now this being a 5-speed, a 6-speed gear would basically replace this. Now you can convert a 5-speed trans into a 6-speed by using the same stack. You get the 6th gear and it drops right on here, and you remove the spacer right here, and your 6th gear goes right there. That, if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask, and I can walk you right through it. Remove the synchro. Always want to try to keep everything in order.
Like you said to me the other day, it's like Legos.
Yeah.
It's adult Legos.
Pretty much. Now the hub has teeth, has two teeth that are bigger, and the same, and their slots matching on the hub. What you do is match them up and drop in. So, it's gonna go up slightly down.
Now, if a synchro goes bad, like it'll have like missing teeth.
Missing teeth, or let me show you here. These are brass. This is stock. Now, in here is a material that grabs on this surface right here. Think of a synchro like a brake pad, basically. And here, when these go bad, either the teeth right here are damaged, or the material right here is damaged. If anybody has a question on like if brass versus carbon, brass is not bad, but if you're gonna do like a performance application, preferably like something, if you're not chasing 1,000 horsepower, brass will work fine, or carbon would work better. Again, it's like brake pads. The better brakes you get, the better stopping power. This is your third gear. Needle bearing, this will go on first, right there. Inspect it. These are the teeth right here. So these ones actually look really good. No damage. They don't have to be cleaned. Excuse me. When you clean them, you can use a file and just smooth them out. This one doesn't even need it at all. So this one's ready to go right back on. Okay, this is the third gear hub. Syncrotech carbon synchros. Now, the synchro for third and fourth are the same size. They're literally interchangeable. We're gonna keep this in order, so that's the third gear. All right, so now that we have this all set, you got your third gear back on there. Now we get your third gear synchro, the carbon synchro. Put on the new ring that goes right here. That it came with the set. When this piece right here is going up and down, this ring, when it shifts in a gear, this ring holds it. So when this one gets flattened out or worn out or broken, when you shift it in gear, it'll pop out. So half the time when you're having issues with the gears popping out of gear, either the synchro's bad or that is worn down. So little small things. Now, right now this is brand new and dry. You don't want to put it in dry. I mean, you can, it won't hurt it. That just makes, when you're doing a bench test, kind of hard to spin. Again, these are like brake pads. These stick. So what I like to do is lube them up with some Honda MTF. Just nice, even amount. So we're gonna drop this right here. Once it drops on, you wanna make sure it spins like that. Cool. Next thing you want to do, get your hub and your slide. Now the one for third gear is a bit tricky. It has this piece right here. It's a stopper. Keeps it to where this won't just drop down.
Oh, okay, so that little groove right there.
And right here, there's where it has basically a small tooth right there. So that should line up with the stopper. So let's try this out. There we go.
Nice.
That spot on the hub that I showed you keeps it to where when this drops, it doesn't drop completely down. So that being said, this drops right here. Now, there's this tooth right here. It's supposed to line up with this slot. So as you put it down, no one ever said it was easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So in most cases when it's like this, there it goes.
Was that noise the sound of success?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
You see how it drops in there? So that's all set. Now that we got our hub and some light on, third gear with the new carbon synchro, now we get our fourth gear synchro. Once again, lube it up. Just use literally Honda MTF is the best to use. You can use motor oil, but me personally, I've always used Honda MTF, and that's what's already in here. It was what should be in here.
And that's the Honda manual transmission fluid, correct? Which is this bottle right here, if you guys need it.
At the dealer, each bottle is 12 bucks. You know,
Yeah, and you're not using much. You got a cap full right there, so that's
all
probably all you need, huh? Yeah. Just like when we were cleaning the block with the automatic transmission fluid. Didn't use much.
This is your fourth gear.
Nice.
Teeth look good. That just literally drops right on there. You get your needle bearing, drop it on, get your race, like a puzzle, reversing the process. Fifth gear. His teeth are clean. It's gonna literally drop. Now we get the synchro. This is the fifth gear synchro. Put that down. Another one. This guy. These two are first and second. First and second is always gonna have these double cone on a 5-speed. If you had a 6-speed, like from a 06 to 11 SI, first through fourth are all double cone. The purpose of this, more material, more braking power. Yeah. Now, I've always run carbon synchros. And if you're probably wondering where to get these, I buy all my parts from Syncrotech, and they're located in California. They do have a website. You can place your order online. Best customer service. I mean, they sell the best parts for Honda transmissions in the country. If you're looking for it, they got it. If they don't got it, you don't need it. A little lube goes a long way. You guys are probably wondering why my voice sounds like Darth Vader. Allergies. So, Luke, I am your father. on there. That explains why the shaft won't down. Don't move. Okay, you got your synchro on. Get your hub and slide. You always want to test it and make sure this slides nice and smooth, because the teeth right here can get damaged. There can be debris, and that could affect it to where it won't shift, because debris can get stuck in here too. So once again, you look for those teeth.
Boom.
In like sin. All right. Now, for the reverse doesn't necessarily have a gear. It does not. This is a synchro. Now, this will sit right here on this race or spacer. It just spins off of this. Now, if you had a 6th gear, this would be the 6th gear. Because these are not because this one is not carbon, it's brass. You don't necessarily have to put oil on it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Grab your spacer. Now these right here, when we're ready to put on the casing, these have to be a certain way. Otherwise, you'll be hammering for days. Drops right on there. Bearing. Now, if you don't have this new, don't worry. You can reuse it. Make sure it spins nice. It doesn't make any weird noises. In our case, we have one brand new, so it's good to keep that as a spare. If you have to buy one new, or if you don't have one, here is the part number. Also Milwaukee.
Love your Milwaukee tools.
Love my Milwaukee tools.
Sponsorship hopefully coming soon.
I'm a classy broad. Most cases, and this one not being one of them.
Yeah, it was giving you trouble coming off,
Yeah.
so I'm not surprised at all.
There it goes.
Nice.
That one drops right on there. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, and this one will shift up and stop, but there you go. That's how you rebuild the input shaft. So we're gonna take this one out, or actually we can leave that there. As long as it doesn't get lost, you stay right there. Next one is gonna be the counter shaft. Now the counter shaft, the top part has to be removed with a 12 millimeter Allen. So for this one, we're gonna have to take this one to our press. All right. Now at this point, I can sit down. So at this point now, we already took off everything else. To remove the stacks, get your bear claws, grab it, and there you go. You give it a shake. You grab it like your true love and shake it. These are the shifter forks. This one is for 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, 5th and reverse. And with those, before you reinstall, you want to inspect and check right here for any cracks. This one being for the 3rd and 4th, always cracks right there at the bottom, because when you're slamming gears, most of the time 3rd to 4th is when you're getting the most damage.
Looks pretty good though.
Yeah, this one looks fine. it's gonna get cleaned. You also want to inspect right here, because this sits right in there. So you want to check for any burnt spots, any indentations, anything that can cause damage on the slide gear. Alright. Now you have these the shims here. Don't lose them. You need these. These sit right here. Put those aside. So, the stacks. This is the input. You want to check how it spins. Now for this stack, this has to get the press. Well, we do have a press here. So first we're gonna do is this side, because this is the easier side. Then we'll move along inside and get to this one. What you use up top will be a 12mm Allen. This right here is not just a washer, it's a bolt. Now this is reverse thread. So when you're taking this off, it's righty loosey, lefty tighty.
That's good information.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very important.
Someone like me who didn't know that, I'd be like, why won't this loosen?
Yeah.
And you're tightening the hell out of it, huh?
Tightening the hell out of it. So remember, righty loosey, left. Usually it's supposed to just come
Pop
up.
right off,
Yeah.
huh?
This is gonna be a pain in the ass. If this thing comes apart and all the bearings fall out, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Shit happens. Your kit will have one that's brand new, or if you don't have one, you can. If you're able to find all of the ball bearings, you can put them in, and this race just pops on.
Okay.
So it is reusable. Your synchro, the carbon synchro, put on the new ring that goes right here. That it came with the set. When this piece right here is going up and down, this ring, when it shifts in a gear, this ring holds it. So when this one gets flattened out or worn out or broken, when you shift it in gear, it'll pop out. So half the time when you're having issues with the gears popping out of gear, either the synchro is bad or that is worn down. So little small things. Now, right now, this is brand new and dry. You don't want to put it in dry. I mean, you can, it won't hurt it. That just makes, when you're doing a bench test, it's kind of hard to spin. Again, these are like brake pads. These stick. So what I like to do is lube them up with some Honda MTF. You don't need a lot, just nice, even amount. Just drop this right here. Once it drops on, you want to make sure it spins like that. Cool. Next thing you want to do, get your hub in your slide. Here, there's where it has basically a small tooth right there. So that should line up with the stoppers. It's like a puzzle. So which again is you're looking for the two teeth that are bigger than the other ones.
Boom, there it is.
But we found this part, but it has to go in smoothly. So which means the hub upside down. It's okay though. There we go. All right, so I went ahead and transferred the bearings and the speedo gear and the final drive of the ring gear on the MFactory LSD, and end result,
Nice.
spins nice. Granted, I'm still gonna probably put some oil on here to pre-lube the bearings. You always want to pre-lube everything when you put it back together, so this way when you do a bench test, You know, when you spin the input shaft, it's not going to be all hard. You know, extra lubrication on this will make it very easier. Also, when you put it in the car, you know, granted you are going to put oil in it, but when you pour all the oil, it goes to the bottom. So by having everything pre-lubed when you first turn on, it won't be like a dry. It won't be dry.
Makes sense.
So
lubrication is important. Metal on metal?
Metal on metal, not good.
Bad.
So our last thing to do is to change the synchros for the countershaft for first and second. So let's go over there to the press and we'll get that going.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have our stack right here. When you take this apart, you want to remove this Allen nut. This is reverse thread. So if you're thinking lefty loosey, righty tighty, you're wrong. Turning left, it tightens it. Turning right, loosens it. This is the only stack that you have to worry about is reverse thread, because if you were to go lefty loosey, this thing will strip and you're gonna have a really bad day. I've never had that happen to me, ever. So
I feel like that's most jobs when it comes to being a mechanic, is knowing the tricks.
yeah,
Like knowing the tricks of the trade, which makes the job a lot easier, usually.
I found the correct bolt. This is this is a crank pulley bolt. I think this is a 17, so this is for a D series. Fits perfectly in there.
Put that in the press.
And it presses the entire stack out.
All the stack out, perfect. Let's see how she works.
And the same thing as we did with the other stack, as you take it apart, just keep it in order. Just like that.
There she goes. Sucker's in there.
We'll back it off, remove the bearing. Now the bearing has a washer. You want to make sure you don't lose that. Keep it in order. That comes off, keep it in order. Perfect. Just like that.
There it is.
And this is why I use this bolt, because it keeps it right there.
Nice. Keeps it nice and safe. Doesn't damage.
Bring this over here. This is where first and second hide in. Second gear. Teeth don't look half bad. Now there is a seal that sits right on top of the hub. You have to put this back in. If not, when you press everything together, it'll actually lock it and it won't spin. So you have to use this.
And that's on the first gear, correct?
This is on the second gear.
Okay.
Brass. This is very stock.
They don't look in bad shape though, which that's a good thing, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Someone hasn't been beating on the transmission too hard, hopefully.
Put that aside. We're gonna get our first gear, inspect it. It's good. So we're gonna put this back on. This is the counter shaft.
Counter shaft, okay.
Yes. This right here, the teeth at the bottom of the counter shaft spins the ring gear, which is on the LSD, which is on the differential.
Okay.
So how basically the power from the motor transfers to the transmission to the actual wheels. It's the clutch that'll spin the input shaft, and when the input shaft and counter shaft are connected, the input shaft spins the counter shaft. This gear spins the ring gear on your differential, which spins your axles, makes the car move.
Nice.
That's how power is transferred to the wheels.
And that's why you lose a little bit of power in the transmission, because of all that transfer of power.
Yeah. So if you were to do like an engine dyno, obviously it'll have higher numbers because there's no drivetrain or nothing that's putting resistance on it. So that's why when you put your transmission on a motor and you put it in a car, when you put your car on a dyno, that's what they call wheel horsepower. So
Not to the crank.
not to the crank. So we have our carbon synchros right here. All right, so we got our oil. Once again, Honda MTF is what I use. You can use motor oil. There's all different kinds of stuff that you use. Everyone has their preference. I'm not that fancy. I just like to use Honda stuff. And this sleeve right here has teeth. Drops right in there. Get the other synchro. Now this right here, having these pieces, this is what you call a double cone synchro, meaning it's got this synchro and a synchro in there. It's like having two calipers on one wheel. Better braking power. Synchros are like brakes. The carbon synchros are just like having better brakes. You want to make sure it spins. Well, this one's kind of tough because these are really brand new. There it goes.
There it is.
And don't forget the ring, because if you don't have this, it'll shift in gear and fall out. Gotta have this.
Just because of the ring, huh?
Mm-hmm. It sits right there.
Good.
Okay, and here's the hub. There we go. You want to make sure this spins freely. Here we have the slide. Same thing with the other ones. You want to look for the two teeth, which are going to be these two. There's two teeth in there that don't look like the others, so you want to find those. And on the hub, there are two spots right there. So as I drop this in, it is right there.
Gotcha.
So drop this in. Just
Easy peasy.
And with these, you just spin it and it'll drop in place. just like that. And we're gonna get our second gear. Drop that on. And it drops down. And test it.
Good to go.
Good to go. See if I can. I might have to press this one on. But this one right here, you can press it on, or sometimes I'll get a little hammer and just tap it so this one drops, because if this one drops down, it'll hold these in. This way you can take your stack back to the press and press it all in. A little bit more. There we go. Last but not least,
It's no joke,
that-
man. I
that
don't want that
drops-
coming off, huh?
that drops on there right there. And don't forget the washer. And I'm gonna go get our new bearing. Stay, don't move.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, right. Brand new bearing. This that doesn't have to be pressed on. Oh, make sure that line is up top.
Got it.
This you don't have to press. Use a press. You can actually take this over here to your vise. Look for a socket. Give it one little love tap.
And then lefty tighty. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing of beauty.
Use your Allen. That is a 12mm Allen.
Perfecto. Good. Good.
And you hit this with your impact gun and give it a good test. Make sure that spins. This spins. Right now, it having in the middle, it's in neutral. This is ready to go. So now that we have this all put together, let's go back to trans and finish it up.
Perfect.
All right. Now that we got our stacks with new synchros, let's put this thing back together. Now this is the one for first and second. That goes right here. Third and fourth goes right there. And fifth. So you want to make sure that they're aligned. You want the goal is you want to keep this space right here parallel. You want to keep them together. After that, you get your paws. Hold it like your true love.
Wow. There it is.
And a good test. Once again, keep this together. Spin it by hand.
Thing of beauty.
So now that we got the stacks in, now we got to put the other accessories in. And for starters, we're gonna do the reverse sprocket. Now, in the beginning of the video, I told you that the hole right here, it matters. You see this little bump right there?
Yes.
You want to have that facing that, so because that right there will tell you that the bolt goes right in there. So you want to have it turned facing that way.
Facing that little guy right there, facing that hole. Perfect.
So this guy goes right here. Now you gotta pick, let me just take the bolts up. You gotta pick this guy up, because this will go in there. That's all you need.
Easy peasy.
Once again, keep this parallel right here. Use your finger, because what goes in here is actually this piece. So when the casing's on, this goes right in there, just like that.
Okay.
So when this moves, the shifter arm here is pushing these up and down. That's why it's crucial. Keep them together. To keep it to where this slot can just slide in.
Yeah, if they're not together, you'll put the casing on and then that won't go in, right?
No.
Cool.
Now, before I forget, let's clean the magnet.
Good to go.
Good to go. Install that. There's a slot right there. And that literally just drops. Just like that. So next thing we gotta get is this piece. Now you'll only find this piece on 5 speeds. 6 speeds do not have this. The actual name of this, I do not know. This drops right in here, but all the 6-speed cases have these bolts for this piece. So yes, you can put 5-speed gear set into a 6-speed case. The casings are all the same. Unless you have the casing from an 06 to 11 SI. Those ones are a little bit different because the speed sensor is in front versus this one being 02, 04, speed sensor is in back like a traditional B series. That's all you need. So now at this point, we are ready to put our casing back on, but before you do that, you want to clean off scrape off any old excess Honda Bond and put a nice even amount, especially at the bottom. Very most common leaks on any Honda transmission, it's always going to be from the bottom. I already went ahead and cleaned the casing, and when you put this piece in, there are tabs. Sometimes you have to use silicone to to hold them in. Because when you put the casing on, you don't want that to fall.
Oh, okay.
So this is already ready.
So you put silicone on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I let it sit overnight, so it's
Smart.
it's in there. So I'm gonna get my razor blade, just clean off any old silicone.
All right.
Needing those pliers and a dead blow hammer.
Sweet.
Okay. Now, when only on 5 speeds, you see how we have this in the beginning of the video. I explained there are these spots right here in the case.
Matches up.
So you have to make sure that it's angled right. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Well, it just won't close, right?
It won't close, yeah. It's kind of be a pain in the butt. Here. Sometimes I can get it on the first try. We'll see.
I have faith in you. Come on. All right, transmission is finally complete. Now it's over here in our little transmission graveyard, but not. And yeah, we didn't film putting on the case because we wanted to spare you the 15 to 20 minutes of struggle. But she's ready to go back in. All right, guys, that's going to sum it up for this week's video with the 5-speed K-Series transmission rebuild. And as always, I will leave you guys with this. Approach the new year with resolve to find the opportunities hidden in each new day. It's Michael Josephson. Happy New Year's, guys. Y'all have a wonderful week. I'll see you in the next one.